Alright, we got up today and I decided that I needed to go hiking. We've hiked out here to Pilcher's Pond. It's about a mile hike in. And we've had several years of drought that's really took its toll on this pond. That big old PVC looking pipe over there with a 55-gallon metal drum on it used to be underwater. All these stumps you're seeing used to be underwater. And you can probably look pretty good and tell where the water has dropped over the years. The water used to come all the way up to right about here. So you can tell it's lost a lot. That field straight ahead, if you can see all the yellow flowers, all that used to be underwater, and that group of land and weeds and bushes, that was an island. And I used to catch bass around it. I'd bring my daughter and my grandson down here and we'd catch bass and bluegill and brim. But I figured I'd kill twofold today. I wanted to do a little fishing and I wanted to do some hiking. And I was hoping with the amount of rain we've been having that maybe it'd be up a little bit, but I used to catch bass in this field of weeds right here. Used to go way over yonder. But I got up today and, you know, I check my Facebook. A lot of people do that. They get up, check and see what they missed over the last few hours. And I saw that Marjorie Greene had endorsed Kelly Loeffler. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I was disappointed. Now, Marjorie Greene is an American. She has the same rights we do. She has the right to endorse and vote for anybody that she chooses to. And being an American and this being a free country, well, I have the voice and the right to express my disappointment on her endorsement. I voted for Marjorie. And I really thought that she had our best interests at heart, and I still think she does. I think she's made a mistake by getting behind somebody that was born and spent their youth growing up in Illinois. I mean, I think that's a mistake. And of course, when two wealthy people get together and they start patting each other on the back, my mind goes to thinking about, what's in it for them? Look, once you attain a position of power, and especially if you already have money, well, that just opens a big door of opportunities, doesn't it? Now, I've already went and voted. And I cast my vote for Candace Taylor, and if you don't know her, you should look her up. I've heard her speak several times, and look, she's not wealthy. She's a hard-working, God-fearing, constitutional-loving American. And she goes to work every day, campaigns on her time off. She drove 5 hours from Baxley, Georgia, that's down in South Georgia, to drive all the way up to Whitfield County to attend the GOP meet and greet. And then she spent several hours there talking with people, answering questions. And going on 10 o'clock, you know, everybody's pretty much starting to clear out. And she had a 5-hour drive back home. And she had to be at work at 7:30 the next morning. Now, if that's not sheer determination, dedication, and loyalty to our nation and our state, I couldn't tell you what is. I mean, she's pro-life, pro-Constitution, pro-Second Amendment, pro-farming for Georgia. She's pro-term limits. I mean, you just need to research her before you go and vote. I mean, she's impressive, highly educated, but she's not rich. And she's just an American that felt like God told her to stand up, that enough was enough, and to run for office to help this nation stay great, to help this state to prosper and thrive. And I'm going to be honest with you, if I hadn't met Candace, and I hadn't corresponded with her, and I hadn't listened to several of her speeches, and I hadn't talked to her face to face several times, well, I would have voted for Derek Grayson. That's another great candidate in this race. Derek's a God-fearing man, a Constitution-loving preacher, man of God. He's a Navy veteran. Hey, that's my brother there now. I was in the Marine Corps. And if you didn't know it, the Marines is a department of the Navy. The Marines is a branch of the Department of the Navy. That's right. That's why you see Marines on those ships everywhere they go. And that's why you see those Navy corpsmen everywhere we go. I go run 18 miles in the Marine Corps. Guess what? I got a Navy corpsman plodding along right there beside me. So, hoorah, those Navy are my brothers. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, man. At one time, when I joined the Marine Corps, they said God, country, family, and corpse. We were taught that words like honor, courage, loyalty, and integrity meant something. And those characteristics right there, those traits were instilled in every Marine, and that became his foundation to grow on. Nowadays, they're just words. Just words. People tell you, hey, I'm your brother, I got you back. Nah, they got your back if you believe the way they believe. You know, I was looking at a post where Marjorie made a video of her coming out and supporting Marjorie Greene. And you look at the comments, and man, it was like World War III had done burst across Facebook. And what amazed me is a man that claimed to be a conservative said, well, I voted for Marjorie Greene, and I trust Marjorie Greene, and I back her in whatever decision she makes. She researches candidates. She knows these candidates. And if she is backing Kelly Loeffler, I am too, and you should too. Now, the same guy was just saying earlier how liberal Democrats are sheep, and they need to wake up and just quit following and doing what they're told. My, what a conflict of statements there. Don't you agree? I mean, you're going to tell everybody they should think for themselves if you're a liberal or a Democrat, but if you're a conservative Republican, you need to think the way they think. Well, I'm sorry, I don't buy that garbage. I'm of the mind that we need to set the Constitution of the United States of America and the amendments to the right of us. And we need to wipe everything else to the left and off the table and get rid of it. I'm about to the point to where I think we don't need to destroy our government, but we need to remove these leeches in our government that don't care. They're there for one reason and one reason only, and that's to pad their pockets, to make their bank accounts richer. And they're going to pat each other on the back, and they're going to take care of their business. And they're going to tell you, oh, I want to be your voice. Oh, I want to speak for you. Oh, I want to represent you in Washington, D.C. And it's all a bunch of hogwash. I mean, man, we've been voting these people in for 100 years, man. We haven't seen a difference yet. All we have seen is these cats going in office, and they're worth $350,000, and 2 years later, they're worth $20 million. Wonder how that happened. Our government is one of the biggest money laundering systems that there is in the world. I mean, haven't you figured that out? Harvard wants a grant to study on why, just pick a subject. They want to study on why cows chew grass in a cud. And politicians get together and they'll throw them $10 million for this study. They'll give them a grant for $10 million. And then Harvard will turn around and donate $150,000, $250,000, whatever, to these politicians' campaign funds or to these politicians' charities, which is just another money laundering scheme. Aren't you sick of it? Aren't you tired of it? Man, we need everyday Americans in office taking care of everyday Americans instead of these rich fat cats living high on the hog and just getting richer and fatter off our sweat, our work. Isn't it time to make a difference? You need to research these candidates. I'm not going to tell you not to vote for Kelly or Doug or whoever. But I'm telling you, there's two better candidates out there. Candace Taylor and Derek Grayson. And I cast my vote for Candace Taylor. Now you pray to God and you do research and you vote for whoever you want to. Okay? That's your God-given right. It's my God-given right. And if you don't like what I said on this video, well, thank God that I still live in a country where I can voice my opinion irregardless of whether you like it or not. And you've got the right to make your opinion. And you know what? When I post this video, there's going to be a little comment section down there. Go ahead, say whatever you want to say. Hey man, I'm a U.S. Marine. Words just flow off of my back. When I tell you that I'll be there for you, I mean it. Come hell or high water. For me not to be there, God's had to do something so drastic in my life that it's impossible for me to be there. I'm dead or I'm in the hospital laid up. When I tell you you're my brother, it's not words. When I tell you I'm loyal to you, it's not a word. It's the truth. But if we reach a point to where you disagree with me and you think I ought to keep following you just because I'm loyal to you, well, no, wrong. I'll be loyal to you in my friendship and helping protect you. But I've got the right to my beliefs. I've got the right to my voice. And if it gets to the point to where we got to cross swords because I don't believe the way you believe, well, we'll just cross those swords. God bless you. God bless and save this nation. And may God make Georgia prosperous. And you pray, and you research, and you vote your conscience. Amen.